There were 3 small railways on Sodor that were very short. The Fat Controller decided to connect all 3 of them to form a large railway that would take passengers across the entire island. Many little engines helped to extend the railway. Some of them were old engines from the original railways, and others were on loan. Eventually, the Fat Controller decided to buy 2 of his own engines. Thomas arrived first and was painted blue. That's the only color for an engine. That plus the number 1 made him feel very important. Edward arrived soon after and was originally painted red. Hello. Hello. That's an odd wheel arrangement you've got. Yes, it is rather unique, I suppose. But no fear, little one. I'm just as useful. Little? I may be a tank engine, but at least I'm blue, the only proper color for an engine. Indeed. I think I know what color I want to be. The next day, Thomas was shocked to see Edward wearing the same blue color as him. But you copycat! I'm supposed to be the blue one! Well, then I guess you can have a partner now. My dear engine, blue is an earned color. Oh, we'll see about that. I may be number 2, but I'm older than you, so I'm pretty sure I know what must be done to have a color like this. Thomas became very puffed up in his boiler. He was jealous of Edward and started to become cheeky. Oh, no! Sorry! No worries, no harm done. Can't even go the first week without an accident, can you, boy? That was your fault. Oh, really? I think you're just really clumsy. I haven't had a scratch on this railway, and I've been here longer than you. Edward was very cross, and Thomas became more conceited. But the next day, it got the better of him. He was so busy thinking about what he would say to Edward next, that he was going too fast and not paying attention. Down the line, workmen were laying some new tracks. When Thomas came in, he overran the stopping point.
Out for the train.
Oops! You silly little engine! We have to relay the ballast now! Edward came with the breakdown train and found it very amusing. The Fat Controller was very cross. Thomas, you have caused confusion and delay. We have a deadline for this railway to open, and if you keep acting this way, that's not going to happen. I hope I don't have to send you back. Edward said nothing. He just scoffed and went to sleep, and Thomas realized how petty his argument with Edward was. The next day was very busy. A lot of goods needed to be delivered around the island and would require lots of trucks. Edward decided to take it all in one train. He huffed and coupled up to the long train just as Thomas moved alongside. Edward, I think you'll need help. No, I don't. No way, Thomas. He gave a great heave and started puffing hard, struggling to get the train moving. He looked like he was about to burst. Edward, would you please stop and listen to me? Edward did. Well, what? Edward, I just wanted to say, I'm very sorry I was rude. I've realized all this boasting does us no good. The Fat Controller doesn't care about that. He wants us to work together and finish the railway. Edward no longer looked angry. He now looked sympathetic. You know, Thomas, I felt the exact same. I'm sorry I was rude too, and I think it's obvious I need help. Could you give me a push, my friend? Thomas was more than happy to help. He buffered up at the back, and the 2 engines took the train together. The Fat Controller's railway was finished right on time. On opening day, he praised all his engines for the hard work. The Fat Controller ordered some new engines for his railway. One of them was green, and the other blue. They arrived looking very excited. Hello. Good day, sir. I am
Alfred.
And I am 87546. We're here to modernize your railway. I've already got a number 3 all ready to go. We are such grand engines. Speaking of number 3, where is the 3rd engine? I ordered 3 engines. Oh, you must mean Henry. He's probably broke down somewhere. Yes, I can't tell you how much of a sad story Henry is. Just then, Henry rolled in, looking exhausted. Hello, sir. Sorry I'm late. Pleased to meet you, Henry. That evening in the shed, the new engines were boasting. I've always loved my green color. I don't know why you all chose to be blue. Well, I didn't want to look like a frog. Well, I'm green. I'm completely undeserving of it. If anyone's a frog, it's our Henry here, croaking around and out of puff. Disgraceful. Just pathetic. Henry said nothing and only hissed angrily. The engine soon got to work pulling passengers. Unlike the other two new engines, Henry was very gentle with his coaches. They were very pleased. Hurry up, Henry. I think I see snow on the horizon. It's July. Exactly. Henry really enjoyed working on the island of Sodor, but sometimes he had trouble steaming up, and this made him late. This is becoming a bad habit, Henry. We must meet our timetable to please the passengers. Alfred here is on time and should be an example. This made Henry very worried. The next day, he didn't feel much better. Oh dear, no one wants me. That's not true. We like you, Henry. You're so smooth and careful with us, unlike those other big engines. This cheered Henry up, and he found a little more energy to get moving. This time, he was right on time, and the passengers were very pleased. But up the line, a guard was waving a red flag. What's the matter? This engine refused to fill up on water because he was impatient, and now he's stuck. Why, it's 87546. You'll have to push him to the next station. Do you think you can? I'm not sure. I suppose I could try. So Henry buffered up behind 87546, who was heavily sulking. Get on, you! Henry pushed as hard as he could. Smoke billowed from his funnel. Goodness, this smoke is very dirty. There must be something wrong with Henry's firebox. It was a hard job, but Henry finally reached the next station feeling exhausted. The passengers were very grateful. The Fat Controller just so happened to be there. Well done, Henry. I am very impressed, and I'm sorry if I sounded harsh yesterday. Though I must say, you do look quite poorly. I don't know why, sir. It's just hard building up steam. You're all stuffed up. Excuse me, sir. I used to be an engine driver back in the day, and it looks to me that this engine just needs a thorough cleaning of his pipes now and again. Well, we'll definitely have to do what this man says, won't we, Henry? Henry felt much better after his thorough cleanup. He was rarely late and always tried his hardest. The Fat Controller was very pleased, so much so that he decided to give the number 3 to him, which made the other two big engines furious. The next day, Henry was getting the number 3 painted on him. Edward suddenly came in, pushing a very banged-up Alfred. He was filthy. What happened? Oh, he was trying to prove how fast he was while shunting coaches, but missed a red signal at the harbor and ended up in the sea. Thankfully, no one was hurt. The Fat Controller spoke severely to him. Since I have already renewed your lease, I have no choice but to keep you. However, it seems your name and heritage have made you an arrogant engine. Therefore, you shall be painted blue, like Thomas and Edward, so we can get rid of that L and the R on your tender. And to avoid disgracing Sir Jovington even more, your name will be nullified, 98462.
But, sir, you can't do that! You can't take away my name! It's...
Be grateful I'm giving you another chance, 98462. Next time, you're out of here.
98462 was mortified, but that's another story.
Want to race?
Me? Race you? Pah! You're just a silly little engine, Gordon.
I'm not little, I'm big!
Okay, let's race. Ho 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 ho! Better luck next time, slow coach!
Huh, slow coach. Caleb never usually says that.
Later, Caleb was puffing back to the sheds. But, as he woke up, he saw an engine he did not recognize. Hello, who are you?
Why, I'm Coco from Gianton. I was sent here to look over the express for you while you're Guppy and Sodor.
But don't you think it's a bit of a downgrade for anyone's type?
Maybe. Oh, I forgot to ask your name. What's your name?
Well, my name is Caleb, the famous Flying Scotsman Express engine. Caleb was so excited to come to Sodor.
Island of Sodor, don't you think it's a bit of a downgrade for your type?
Not really. And if it is, then I will revolutionize the railway there. Soon, us express engines will dominate the island.
Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, Gordon. Now bring that Doncaster pride into Sodor.
Keep to the speed limits, Gordon. Not running a race. No, indeed. But we must make a grand entrance, of course. Oh my, look at that! Even I must say so too. Welcome, you must be Gordon. I'm Sir Topham Hatt. I know very well who you are, sir. Pleasure to be here. Oh my goodness, we have the same voice. Why, yes, we do. Ha. Well, anyway, pleasure to be here. And pleasure to meet you all, yes. Very pleased. Is there something wrong? Oh no, of course not. Just used to the bustling crowds of London, that's all. You will all learn the ways of the NWR.
Another L and the R. This is perfect.
What are you doing, Gordon?
Resting. An important engine like me needs lots of it. Do try to keep that filthy threat away from me.
Paul.
Hang on. That sounds like an engine.
How can it be? No engine's supposed to come through here for at least another hour.
That sounds like Alfred, but what's he doing with all those tankers?
Long last, my revenge is about to be complete.
Oh no.
He's on the same line.
Oh, Gordon. You have a very important passenger for me today, and his name is Lucifer.
I cannot believe it. This is just horrific. He was trying to murder us.
Isn't it obvious?
Now, we mustn't jump to conclusions, but I think that unfortunately, that was the case. I can't brand it.
Mutakanide.
There must have been something we could have done.
Look, Gordon. There wasn't.
Alfred could still have been here if he didn't come into the picture.
Maybe we would have, Gordon, but listen to me. I thought this whole thing over. Yes, Alfred may have stood there but didn't come, but he also maybe wouldn't have. Gordon, this is not your fault at all. Yes, you told me earlier how you had an argument. Ruined the Gordon. I did not know Alfred until I saw him. He was nothing but a jerk. And he could have changed, yes, but he chose not to. And it's entirely up to him. When the George things just change, there are some that just don't. And Alfred was one of them. We gave him a chance, but he let his anger get the better of him. Therefore, he made a very poor choice. If he had come to me and he was truly sorry, I would welcome him as a good friend. But he didn't. So the fault is all on him.
You know, you're absolutely right, Taylor.
Maybe he would still be here if we hadn't come along. But he had a choice. And he chose poorly.
Exactly. Say, shall we form an alliance?
An alliance?
You help me and I'll help you.
Sounds good to me. Right you are.
Good. That's settled then.
Coco arrived on Sodor. She had never seen a railway like this before. Then she saw two powerful blue and black engines at the station.
Caleb Gordon, is that you?
Yes, it's us, Coco.
What are you doing on Sodor?
Well, I've been set here because to help you guys by pulling the express.
Okay, so the coaches are not shunted yet, so why not you go and shunt them for us? Oh, and we forgot to tell you what happened before you arrived. There's an engine called Alfred who used to work with us, and he exploded one day, and everyone was, well, they were sad because such a powerful engine was gone. But Gordon and I, we soon became friends, realizing we had to move past that darkness. We tried to forget Alfred and focus on the good.
Oh, so that's Alfred. I had never heard the full story.
Seeing Caleb and Gordon united in their shared past brought a glimmer of hope. They had moved on, and Sodor had too.
Yes, I am, Sir Topham Hatt replied, smiling warmly at the two new diesels. And I presume you are Brewster and Wilson? Welcome to Sodor. I trust Coco has already given you a proper introduction? The two new diesels exchanged a bewildered glance, their new Sodor adventure already full of surprises. Oh, they're fine, sir. I was just about to show them around. Come on, Brewster, Wilson. I'll show you the yard at Tidmouth Sheds where the trucks are. Brewster and Wilson, still a little disoriented but eager to learn, followed Coco. She led them past bustling platforms and busy sidings until they reached a vast yard filled with rows and rows of dusty, battered freight cars. These are the troublesome trucks, Coco announced, a mischievous glint in her eyes. They're very cheeky. You have to be firm with them, or they'll push you around. She demonstrated by shunting a few, bumping them just hard enough to make them clank, but keeping them firmly in line. See? You have to be smarter than they are. Brewster and Wilson watched, impressed by Coco's confident handling. After a brief demonstration, Coco glanced at the clock. Oops, that's my signal for the express. Gotta go, boys. Don't let the trucks win. With a final, triumphant whistle, Coco rolled off, gathering speed as she headed towards the main line, her electric hum fading into the distance. Left alone with the troublesome trucks, Brewster and Wilson looked at each other. Well, Wilson said, his usual cheer tinged with a touch of apprehension, looks like it's our turn to meet the infamous troublesome trucks. Their first assignment was a goods train bound for Vicarstown, a route that would take them straight up the challenging incline of Gordon's Hill. Brewster took the lead, his powerful BR Class 55 engine rumbling confidently, while Wilson coupled on behind, ready to push. As they began their ascent, the trucks behaved. But as the gradient steepened and the engine strained, a low, ominous grumbling started at the back of the train. On, on. They chanted, pushing hard against Wilson. Go faster, go faster. Brewster felt a sudden, surprising lurch forward. Whoa, he exclaimed, applying his brakes. What was that? Behind him, Wilson was struggling. They're pushing, Brewster. They're really pushing. The troublesome trucks, true to their name, had begun their tricks. They surged forward, their momentum building, chanting, on. Faster, faster. Brewster tried to resist, digging his wheels into the rails, but the sheer weight and malicious intent of the trucks were too much. His powerful diesel engine roared in protest, but he was losing control. He slid sideways, helpless against the force of the pushing trucks, and then, with a splintering groan of metal and wood, he crashed directly into a large oak tree at the side of the line. Steam hissed from his damaged boiler, and twisted metal groaned. Wilson, still coupled behind, managed to apply his own brakes just in time, but the impact sent a shudder through his frame. He looked at his friend, shocked and worried. The troublesome trucks, however, chortled gleefully at their success, their triumphant cries echoing down the hill. Hours later, the breakdown crane arrived, along with Sir Topham Hatt, looking very stern. Brewster was carefully lifted back onto the tracks, his once sleek BR Class 55 form now dented and scraped. Brewster, Sir Topham Hatt exclaimed, surveying the damage. What happened here? Brewster sighed, feeling utterly defeated. The trucks, sir, they pushed me right off the rails. Wilson, still shaken, added, they were relentless, sir. Just like Coco said they'd be, only worse. Sir Topham Hatt nodded gravely. Indeed, the troublesome trucks are a challenge. It seems you learned their lesson the hard way. He turned to Brewster. You'll need a trip to the steamworks for repairs. And perhaps, he added, looking from Brewster to Wilson, a bit more practice with shunting these particular wagons before taking them up Gordon's Hill. Brewster, still smarting from the humiliation and the crash, could only nod. His first experience with Sodor's goods work had been a harsh, unforgettable lesson.
Hello there. What's your name?
James, sir. Am I in the right place?
You are indeed.
It's funny because I asked the exact same question when I arrived 30 years ago. I'm Edward.
I'm Henry.
I'm Coco.
I'm Caleb.
And I'm Gordon.
Splendid! Now is there any work for me to do, sir?
Well, there is a goods train in the yard that Edward was supposed to take, but you wouldn't mind if he took it, would you, Edward?
Of course not, sir. It's just you must be careful with the trucks, James. They can be very troublesome.
Trucks? How can they be troublesome? I know all about them. I'm a mixed traffic engine, and I can pull anything.
The ones here are pretty bad, though, and, never mind. I hope he knows what he's doing.
Monster?
Black monster? Why, you little wooden rat traps! Now listen, you will behave with me, understood? Now come along.
On, faster, faster!
Apply the brakes. See if they work this time. They're not. They're burning again. I hate these wooden brakes.
Oh no, not again!
They're on fire!
Help! Help! They're pushing me! They're pushing me!
On!
Help! Help!
We'd like to teach those trucks a lesson.
Never mind the fire. We can stop, we can put it out. Use the brakes!
Curse these wretched wooden brakes!
We're gaining on them. Keep it up, James. We're almost... Oh, jump out!
Ouch!
Well, James, I am very impressed with your work on Thomas's branch line. Therefore, after much consideration, I think you're ready for the main line.
Thank you, sir. Shall I be pulling more trucks?
Not necessarily, because you see, James, you're a mixed traffic engine. That means you can pull both trucks and coaches easily. You must learn from your mistakes. Tomorrow, I want you to double-head a train with Edward.
Yes, sir, right on schedule. I'm a really splendid red engine, and the passengers will love it.
Are you sure he's ready, sir?
Well, we'll find out soon enough.
I guess. By the way, is that a new top hat, sir?
Why, yes it is. Bought it today.
You look very smart with it.
Thank you. Wouldn't want anything to spoil it, now would we?
One day, the mighty trio of Caleb, Gordon, and Coco were waiting patiently at Knapford Station, their proud forms gleaming under the sun. As they prepared for their express duties, two unusual horns sounded in the distance. The sound was a bit quirky, a bit different from the usual Sodor whistles and honks. Soon, a pair of distinctively designed twin engines, Hoot and Toot, puffed into the station. "Hoot and Toot!" Caleb exclaimed, a genuine smile on his face. "We haven't seen you since Crotunia. I thought you were sent there after the old Chuggington Railway was closed." Hoot and Toot looked at the three big express engines, then their gaze settled on Coco. "Coco!" Toot chirped, her eyes wide. "We didn't know you were an express engine. You never talked about it back in Chuggington and Crotunia. You were a mixed traffic engine before, right?" Coco smiled proudly.
Well, that's because I've been rebuilt with my same size, but stronger, after I was sent here. Would you mind bringing my express coaches?
Later, Hoot and Toot, with their synchronized shunting, carefully pushed Gordon's coaches. the ones Caleb and Gordon normally pulled, to Coco's line. The twins did a perfect job. Coco coupled up, her electric motors whirring with renewed power. She let out a triumphant whistle and, with a confident air, announced,
"Express coming through!"
as she rolled out of the station, the twins looking on in awe.